Hello fellow sim racers, it's about 4:30 on Thursday morning and I'm heading to Paul Ricard. When I started shooting this video, the plan was to make a fairly standard travel vlog. You know the type, lots of pieces to camera talking about what I got up to during the SRO E-Sport event, punctuated by a bit of B-roll here and there to keep things interesting. But as the weekend unfolded, it became clear that the story was about Paul Ricard itself, and how Haye had completely misjudged the place, but more about that later. Like Monza, round 2 of the SRO E-Sport GT Series took place in the paddock, right next to the pit lane. For someone that's completely obsessed with GT cars and a bit of a Blancpain series fan, having this kind of access is still very cool. The event itself was pretty decent, though the Friday running was interrupted by a couple of technical problems, the biggest of which was caused by someone shutting down the power to half of the esports arena, taking out 6 rigs in the process. I know some of the guys in the chat were blaming it on the software, but honestly, both issues we had on Friday were caused by regular old human error. Anyway, moving on, if you want to know more about the races themselves, then you should check out the Race Department Twitch channel. With the whole why I was at Paul Ricard malarkey out of the way, on to the main part of the story. From the moment I arrived in Provence, I started to get the feeling that my preconceptions about this racing venue may have been a little off base. This part of the world is absolutely stunning, and the racetrack itself is a really nice place to be. Honestly, the contrast to Silverstone, where I attended the last Blancpain race a couple of weeks ago, couldn't be more stark. Not only is it beautiful, the people are very hospitable, the fan access is excellent. I would thoroughly recommend that anyone that attends a Blancpain race pays a little extra to get a paddock pass. And that is especially true at Paul Ricard, where once the race gets underway, things get pretty interesting. Poor mate, would you just say that again for me?
I never thought I'd hear myself say it, but Paul Ricard is the best track I have ever been to.
Steve?
Honestly, the best racing experience I've ever had. It's been brilliant. Loved it.
What a way to watch a motor race. And to cap off what had been a brilliant evening already, I made full use of my media access to get up on the podium to celebrate brilliant victories by some rather well-loved characters. Seeing the Boatley boys bring the 107 car home in first after cruelly losing the lead on the last lap here in 2018 is something I'll remember for a very long time. As will that Chris Harris bloke from the TV, getting ambushed by teammate Alexander West after their debut class win in the Aston Martin. The 1,000 kilometres of Paul Ricard had one hell of an atmosphere. The racing was fantastic, the venue was so much better than it looks on TV, and the party vibe was immense. But for reasons totally beyond my comprehension, there didn't seem to be any chairs. What do you think about the seating situation at Circuit Paul Ricard?
There are very few seats at Circuit Paul Ricard. If anybody's got spare seats and you wish to donate them to this poor area of France, then feel free. I've enjoyed steps and concrete. I've enjoyed flower pots. Flower pots were a highlight.
They're a nice bit of grass too.
Yes, bit of grass with a sprinkler on, so that will wet in 25 degrees centigrade. So, yeah, not a lot of seats, people. If you like Paul Ricard, you wish to come here, but you're not a fan of sitting down, it's the place for you. Otherwise, you can buy sugar beverage. Other brands do exist. For £2.50 for the privilege of sitting on fire.
So, on that somewhat left field note, I'm going to start to wrap things up here. To echo what Paul and Steve said earlier in the video, this was probably the most fun I've ever had attending a race weekend. Paul Ricard has some serious game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then it would be great if you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this in the future. So all that's left to say is goodbye, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.